I'm so excited to share my Tuscany vlog with you guys. We went to Tuscany, honestly, I can't even believe it's been over a year at this point, but I still remember it so vividly because we had the best experience ever. This is a pretty short vlog, but I think I am packing in tons of information because we had an incredible itinerary. We stayed at Villa di Piazzano. Obviously, I don't speak Italian, so that's what you're gonna get. The property was incredible, so beautiful. I do have to say the food was amazing on property. I'm also gonna show you a wine tasting that we did on property that was honestly blew me away. And I am someone that has done honestly a lot of wine tastings in this life, probably more than the average person. And this was surpassed all of my expectations. I thought it was going to be very chill. It wasn't super expensive. I definitely did not expect it to be as long, as in-depth, or as much fun as it was. They also did a couple little food pairings with it. I was pleasantly surprised. This hotel is pretty small, but it definitely feels exclusive, luxurious. Like I said, the food is amazing. The wine and the wine selection that they have available is also incredible. And it's very centrally located. It was really easy to get into town. So this is the wine cellar where we had our wine tasting, and we just came straight from the pool. We were in our bathing suits because we did not know it was going to be this amazing. And it was just us, just me and my husband, Richard. They took us through several different wines. I mean, how many glasses are there? It was 6 or 7 wines, something like that. And they were all obviously amazing, and they're all local to that region, of course. That's kind of the point of doing the wine tasting, is that you're getting local wines and getting to learn a little bit more about where you are. This is one of the little amuse-bouches, plural of amuse-bouche, that they had for us. That we could pair with the wine to really see how you would experience it if you were eating a meal. And then they also had water and sparkling water for us to kind of clear our palate in between wines. Like I said, I was really blown away. I thought that this was honestly so amazing, and my travel agent set this up for us with the hotel, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I highly recommend this if you are staying at the hotel. Of course, I'll link my travel agent, the hotel, all of that good stuff, as I always do. For our first day, really all we did was hang out by the pool and do our wine tasting and ate dinner on property. For our next day, we went to Cortona, really to the city center. They do have escalators which you can take up, which was very nice, especially after spending the beginning part of our trip in Italy in Positano, where we did encounter quite a few stairs. So having this escalator was super nice. And the town is very much giving ancient vibes, so that was super cool. It also was not super touristy or super crowded, especially compared to some of the other places that we had been, but so many cute shops, so many cute stores, and honestly a lot of history. I'm really happy because we you'll see later in the video, we do a tour and we go to a specific winery and all the things, and our tour guide grew up in this area, showed us the house where he grew up in, and had so much local knowledge and so much knowledge about the history. So I thought that was so interesting, and it was really great to do that because it's always really nice to actually learn about where you're visiting, where you're staying, and what that specific local culture and customs, what that is like. I would recommend spending about half a day. You can even spend a whole day in the kind of main city center, but we spent about half a day. It's pretty small. You can definitely walk everything in an afternoon. And then, of course, we had to get a glass of sparkling. And I love that in Italy, just everywhere that you go, they give you snacks with your drinks. I'm we really need to bring that over to New York, babe, because I love that for me. We also rented an absolutely incredible convertible that I'm going to show you shortly. How are you liking Cortona?
Love it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's really, I haven't really been to a city like this before.
How was the drive?
It was all crazy.
convertible was so cool. It's an Alfa Romeo. We rented it from Slow Hills Car Rental. My travel agent also set this up for us, but I actually found this car rental and sent it to her, and she was like, yeah, I can coordinate it because I don't see anything better. She's never had a client in this specific region that was looking to rent like a vintage kind of sports car, and I knew my husband would love this. I don't really know anything about cars, but he loves cars, and I knew he would think this was so cool. This was like honestly a dream come true for him. Was it a little terrifying? Yeah, it was. The car doesn't even have seatbelts. The car doesn't even have airbags. So it was a little terrifying, but it was so much fun. And Slow Hills brought the car to our hotel and picked it up from our hotel. So that was amazing. This night we went to dinner in town. We ate dinner on property like 2 of the nights, and I loved the restaurant. Sadly, this wasn't good. It looks good in the video, but sadly, this was not good. This was the worst meal that we ate in Italy, but honestly, that still means it's not the worst meal I've had in my life. You know what I mean? Like, how bad could it be, like, you're in Italy? But I did not love it. The next day, we had our tour. That's our tour guide. He was incredible. And we went to Il Falconiere, which is a hotel. They also have a 1-star Michelin restaurant where we had an incredible 5-course lunch. This is also home to Baracchi Winery, where, oh my gosh, honestly, the wine is so good, especially their sparkling rosé that you saw Richard open in that last video. So good. And so you get a wine pairing with this, I think it was 4 or 5 course meal, 1 Michelin star, like, love it. And it was so good. It was so much fun. It was like very luxurious and not that many people there at all. This room is only used for dinner, so that's why it's completely empty. But even in just our dining room where we were eating, I think there was only maybe 1 or 2 other couples. Like, was not busy. Just felt so relaxing and delicious, and we had an absolutely great time. I would highly recommend this. Their lunch wine pairing is such a fun experience. This is some of the rest of the property. This is some of the rest of the property where Il Falconiere is, where Baracchi Winery is, and everyone, of course, was so knowledgeable. We learned so much about the property. We learned so much about the winery, why it's important to this specific family, and, you know, what winemaking means to them. Overall, such a relaxing and incredible time. Hope these recommendations are helpful for you guys. See you next time.